Hey. All right, it's always, it's tough to lose no matter what time of year it is and what you're doing. So you don't like to lose, and you don't like to lose that way. But then also you got, trying to keep in perspective, it is about evaluation and, trying to put these guys in position where you can find out about them a little bit. And I felt like we found out about a few guys today. So that we have to know, Brad, myself, and the coaches. So, questions?
How do you evaluate an offense when they can't get going in the first half the way they did it? There was 6 series for Teddy there and maybe only 2 or 3 first downs.
Yeah, it's tough. It was tough. We couldn't get in a rhythm, and it just kind of felt like, there was always one guy that would, we were taking turns offensively messing something up. And, offensively, I've said it before, one guy on defense messes something up, they can wreck it for an offense. But when offensively one guy messes up, it'll mess the whole thing up. And it's rarely do you ever come out on the other side. So we just, we had a couple protection issues. With our runs, we were, we had a couple ID issues. We weren't cut off on the backside. You're getting some TFLs in there. Second longs, just trying to run the ball. Couldn't convert. Had a lot of drops. So it's tough, but hey, there again, we did find out about some guys too.
Was James Houston one of those guys that maybe showed you something for tackles for loss, sacks, and kind of all of it?
Yeah, there again, we'll be able to watch the tape, but I did feel like he showed up and did some good things today. I wasn't able to watch him the whole game, but I felt like I watched him enough to feel like, you could feel his presence out there, which was good.
And you mentioned the drops and the protection issues. Do you need to play some of the first stringers with Mays and Teddy to see, get a better read maybe on where they are?
No, I don't think so. I think that because ultimately we had some I felt like there was enough plays that were out there to be had that we could have made to continue to move the ball. We should have had 5 conversions on third down that I can think of right now that were things that we just didn't finish on. So, listen, it was one of those days offensively, and when you have them, you just you want on the other side your defense and special teams to help you out. We just never got in the flow. We never got in sync. I thought we had some really good returns in the special teams game. I thought our defense, really played. We had a couple of things early, but ultimately, I thought our defense, made some critical stops, played pretty good football for a while, and we just could never answer back offensively.
Dan, amongst the things you said you found out, depth on offense, like the offensive line and the receiver room, was that apparent to you, the lack thereof?
Yeah, we're working through it. We're working through it, and there again, we'll look at this tape and find the guys we can rely on, and listen, you never know, and we Brad and his crew, they're looking at everything, and it's not just our own squad. They're looking at 31 other teams too. So we're always evaluating, we're always looking, and look, we're going to take the positives out of this game and learn, but we're also going to find the negatives and what can be done about them, or it is what it is. But
You mentioned good returns. You had Coda and Thomas doing some returns. I've seen a whole lot of that in the practice field. Obviously, you're holding a lot of guys out right now, so you need somebody to do it. But are either one of those guys in the mix at all?
yeah, I think it was one of the reasons we wanted them back there. We think just skill set wise, they were a couple of guys we were intrigued by. Wanted to see what it looked like in real time. And so, man, they did some things. We blocked it up well too. But yeah, we were encouraged. We wanted to see both of those guys, see if they could do something with it. So it's encouraging.
We talked to you about the rookies that were drafted in the first 2-3 rounds.
Yeah.
But I want to get your impressions on the guys that were taking a little low. Roger Murray, Sorsdale, and even Green. What's your, not only just this game today, what's your impressions of them, and what do they have to do to try to earn a spot on this team, even in this last week?
Yeah, I think it's no different than any. We just need to feel consistent growth. As long as you feel these players growing, and they are continuing to get better every week. And we're not doing this, and then we take this big step back, and then these baby steps up, and then you take another leap backwards. That I think is what we're looking for. And I would say all three of those guys are I feel growth. Now we're all going to want it warp speed time, but I do feel growth by all three of those guys. But man, there's, when you're a rookie, there's a lot going on out there, and so they just got to keep working, keep correcting it, and they can't get down in the dumps. When things don't go your way and you feel like you're not having the camp you want, you got to keep your confidence up and just worry about the work and what your coaches are saying.
Speaking of some of those young guys, Gilmore today, deep ball, but then he had the TBU in the end zone, was right there for the interception. What did that tell you about his ability to be able to respond and make some pretty game-changing plays? I
think those are the type of things you're looking for, from these young players is, these things are going to happen. You're going to get hit on a play. Something bad's going to happen. You may get a flag thrown on you. It's all about what happens next. You want to know if these players they're resilient, and I would say Gilmore, that was encouraging. You give up a big one and then you go right back and you don't bat an eye. You get a big knockdown in the red zone and then he gets a ricochet interception. Those are big. That's encouraging, and I think it kind of tells you, well, it's not too big for this guy. He doesn't get frazzled. He doesn't lose confidence. He just goes back for more, and those type of players you want.
One of our linebackers, you rotated Jack and Derek and stepping in today. Maybe just thought on their play, but more than that, just where this linebacker room, I guess, is coming from. Really good depth there.
Yeah, really love that room. Really like it a lot where it's going. I started with love and then went to like. Really love it. Still love it. Man, we have a ton of confidence in all those guys, and I feel like the room as a whole they all bring something different, and they all just continue to get better. I feel like every day. Barnes is playing at a high level. I feel like Jack has gotten better every time he's gone out there and suited up. Rodriguez is getting better. I feel like Germ, we know exactly what he is and what he brings to the table. I feel like Pittman is doing a really good job and now is getting better, a young free agent linebacker. And then obviously, Alex, who didn't play tonight. But I think that room, we have a lot of depth and a lot of versatility.
Why wasn't it important for you to play Jack for the whole half while some of the other high draft picks had tonight?
Yeah, I just felt like, man, it was, let's let him go a little bit. Let's let him play. His was just, man, speed of the game, picking it up, playing faster, and we feel like the more he plays, the more we're going to see out of it, Now, he got a lot of reps, but so did those other guys. I mean, Branch got almost 80 reps in 2 days or whatever. And so a lot of it is trying to be smart with the amount of reps we gave those guys the other day. That was kind of the idea, was to really load those guys up with good work, good on good, and then they're probably not going to play. So that was what we did.
A couple more guys. Teddy, what are your initial thoughts on what you saw from Teddy today?
Yeah, I thought Teddy was solid. I mean, look, there's always going to be stuff to clean up, but in my head, it was always about just getting him in a flow. Let's get him in there. Let's get him used to how we run our offense, our cadence, our formations, our shifts, our motions, and just go play a little bit more than, was this going to be, he's going to go out there and have a perfect quarterback rating. It was in flow, and look, there's some throws you wish you had back, a couple of things, but also I thought he made some really good throws too. We had 3 drops there that could have been for conversions. So I thought it was solid.
Did he not have 2 minute in? Is that why he went to Nate at the end? Or was that
No, it was just originally I told Teddy we'll get you maybe 3 series, but we just kept sputtering out, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see if we could get him in a rhythm, and so it was time. We really you could argue it was more than I thought we were going to give him, but I didn't think it was fair either. These just 3 and out. So it was time for Nate to go.
And then Savion and Iffy,
Yeah, I don't know. We'll know more tomorrow, but I think they could be down a little bit here. I don't know how long that is, but I think it could be a long shot for Carolina.
Last one, guys.
The exchange with Teddy and Craig, was that miscommunication, not knowing the play, or?
On the fumble, yeah, that was not either one of them. That was an offensive lineman.